It's my second project pan update, and I have to admit, I am pretty proud. Keep watching to find out what I have used up and what I'm going to be rolling in to this project pan. Hi everyone, I am so excited for today's video. It's going to be a project pan update.
I just realized I forgot to turn off my AC. And there it goes, giving me a reminder.
It's about to get hot up in here. And yes, it is. It's about to get hot up in here because I have really exciting project pan update, at least by my standards.
Thank you for celebrating my project pan with a big old honk.
I have some products that I've used up. I have some products that I've hit pan on. I have some products rolling in. So we have a lot to discuss. We're going to jump right into it. But before we do, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Natalia. I'm doing a no-buy for the entire year of 2020. And this project pan is one of the ways that I am rotating through products I already own instead of constantly craving new products. So if you're also on a no-buy or a low-buy, I'd love to have you subscribe to this channel. And if you're not doing a no-buy or low-buy, but just looking for some inspiration and some ideas for ways you can use products you already have, and if you would like to join our frugal family, then please hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so that you are always updated when I post a new video. Without further ado, let's jump right in. I have a couple of products that I, like a fool, used up, did an empties video, and threw away the packaging because I was so excited to get rid of my trash. And I remember the bag was actually in my filming space, and I kept thinking, don't forget to take out those products before you toss the rest of it in the bin. And of course, I forgot. So yeah, a couple of things we're just gonna talk about because I no longer have them to share with you. I'm so sorry.
Best project panner ever. Best YouTuber award goes to me.
In any case, let's go through it anyways. We're actually starting, if we're gonna go in the order of way I put things on my face, for the most part, or the order that I've been doing my project pans in so far, the first product I no longer have. It was a little mini size of the Ilia True Skin Radiant Priming Serum. If I can find a photo of the mini, I'll put it up here, but if I can't, I'll post the full size just so you guys at least see what the bottle looks like. I really enjoyed this primer. It's a priming serum, so it was very liquidy, very serum consistency like, and I don't know, it just gave an extra little boost, an extra little glow to my skin. Really enjoyed it, and definitely this is a product that I think is gonna go on my wish list and stay on my wish list. I have a ton of primers, and of course no by year, so it's not like I'm going out and purchasing it right now, and it's pricey for the full size from what I remember. I want to say it's in the 50s. So again, depending on how my financial future looks like in 2021, being a very small business owner amidst a global pandemic, I just don't know where things will stand. So I don't even know yet what my 2021 project will be. I've already started thinking about it, but I want to figure out a good way of learning from this year and balancing out either not purchasing certain categories at all still, or who knows. Anyway, that's a topic for a totally different video. Getting back to the priming serum, really enjoyed it. Used it up so fast. I mean, it was a baby size, but I used it up within a week of the last project pan update you guys saw. I think by the time I finished editing that video and I was posting it, that priming serum may have already been in my empties bin. Hence, it's already in the landfill somewhere. But because I knew that the Ilia is such a little tiny size, and I already knew I enjoyed it, I had a feeling I would fly through that. I selected two minis. The other one I selected was the Makeup Forever Step 1 Skin Equalizer. Yes, it has an adorable sticker on it. That is because I'm a piano teacher and I occasionally give my students stickers if they've practiced or played something exceptionally well. And because I have so many, I actually, before I even started YouTube, would do my own little project pans that I would do along with other YouTubers or just for my own fun. And this has been in just a personal project pan, but I never actually clearly finished it. So I put it in here and I've used it a few times. As you guys might know, for those of you coming back from other project pan videos, I do have a scale, but it's kind of crap for this this sort of thing because it really only measures larger increments of weight. So anything that's teeny tiny like this, I can try to weigh it, but most likely until I actually use it up and can't squeeze anything out, we will never know how much I've truly used. And it's not a see-through bottle where I can actually mark any progress. So, and even then, most of these products I don't mark. I'm not there yet. I am still a beginner project panner. I'm not there yet. This is still in the project pan for the next rotation, and I am not going to add another primer. I'm just going to mix this in with other things I'm using. All right, next we have an exciting one. It's my foundation. It's the Revlon Candid Natural Finish Anti-Pollution Foundation. I wear it in 110 Porcelain. And guys, I'm going to call this quits. I'm wearing it today still because I'm still managing to squeeze little droplets and mix it in with other things, or like once I use something else, try to put a little bit of this on there just to really squeeze out every last bit. This is one of these that I cannot unscrew to let the air in, and I just don't want to cut it. I don't want to deal with the mess of cutting a foundation. I usually cut a lot of my skincare, body care, things like this, but you can see there is really nothing in there. So as far as this project is concerned, we're done here. I think this is the first foundation I've probably ever used up in my life. Granted, this one, as I've discovered, has less product than most other foundations. This only has 3/4 of an ounce, whereas most other foundations have a full ounce. But I'm not gonna let that steal away this moment.
But apparently my neighbors will steal this moment from me by banging.
So, it's done.
It's done. It's done. Hooray, hooray. It's done.
But wait for it. Do you guys remember the never-ending concealer? I'll be honest, I still feel like there's something down there, but at this point, I just can't get to it. And the stopper's out, and sometimes if it's like on its side, I can still get like one eye, but I have to let go. I mean, I've been mad at this because it's been never ending and I've really wanted it out. Like right now, there's a drop, but this happens once every 10 times I open it and it's done. So this Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in 15 Fair is officially out of my project pan and going into my empty. So you'll see it again. It'll still make its one last comeback. We're gonna talk about all the things I'm rolling in at the end. I'm first gonna go through everything and then we'll discuss. Guys, 1, 2, 3. We have a 3 for 3 because look at this. Oh my God, there is this corner. I can't get any brush in there. None. It's not happening. I tried multiple times. This one is done, and you know, it's done. You're also, of course, seeing the progress on the bronzer. I haven't used it as much because it's summer, and even though I practically don't leave the house still, I mean, I leave the house a little more often than I did in like April and May here in New York City because but still I feel like I got a tiny bit of sun. I mean, my tan is pathetic, but I've convinced myself that I have a tiny tan. Therefore, I'm mostly using other things right now, the few days that I actually wear makeup. But I do have this on today, mixed in though with like 4 other products. So you're seeing the progress on my bronzer. If I find photos of what it looked like before, I'll stick up comparisons or something. But the powders, I am considering these donezo. So 3 for 3. You guys just saw the bronzer. What are we on to? Blush. Not nearly as exciting. I maybe used this once since you've seen this. There is no change. I promise, there's no change. For highlight, ooh, this happened today. This just happened today while I was getting ready in order to film this video. Can you see it? Can you see it? Can you see that tiny baby pan. You guys are probably thinking, woman, all we can see is that we're blind because of the shiny packaging. I hope I'm not blinding you, and I hope you can see that teeny tiny pan. I was so excited. I squealed. I legit squealed. Now, I went back to rewatch my initial project pan intro. I'll link it in case you haven't seen it. And I realized I didn't actually state if the goal was to hit pan or to use it up. I never thought it through, I guess. I don't know what I was thinking. So since it's summer and since this is extremely dark for me usually, I mean even now, honestly, I don't know if you can tell, it's gold, and I have it mixed with something lighter. It's just too gold for me because I'm pale as a ghost, even in August. But I think I'm gonna keep it because right now I can mix it and make it work. So I think I'm gonna keep it for the months of August and September, because probably my next update will come sometime in October. And I think in October, no matter what state we're in, I will have to roll this out and switch it to something lighter, because I'm not really going to be wearing this in the winter time, let's face it. But I was so excited. I hit pan. This is the first highlighter I've ever hit pan on, and I know it's small, it's part of a palette, but I don't care. Just like with the foundation, I know it's smaller than usual, but it's my first project pan. It's my no buy year. I gotta take my wins where I can get them. For eye pencil, I don't think I've used this once. This is the Sephora Crayon Contour eye pencil. I've been trying other things. Like I'll use a pencil once and put it back in my stash and try something else. I don't know, I've actually been curious to play with whatever eye pencils I have, see what's dried up, what hasn't. So I don't think I used it even once. Oopsies. Mascara. This is the one thing that didn't make it into my empties yet because I have a hard time letting go of it. It's the Ilia mascara. I don't remember the full name. I can include it in editing if you guys are curious, but I think it's the only mascara Ilia makes right now, so it's pretty easy to find. It's an amazing mascara. I think to date it's in my top 3 mascaras. I love this mascara. I love the brush because it has like 2 sides, a rounded side and a pointy side, and I love how you can apply with one and then brush through and separate with the other. I love how the formula is not too thick and not too wet. I love how it's buildable instead of goopy immediately, because I don't really love goopy lashes. That's my one gripe. One of my favorite mascaras is the It Cosmetics Superhero, but the one gripe I have is it's a bit high maintenance, because if you just go in, at least on my lashes, you can end up with a big old goopy mess, and this will never ever do that to me. However, I've been using it for way too long, I know that, and I feel like it's just starting to smell, not in a way that I want to be putting on my eyes. It's just starting to smell like a dirty rag or something. No thank you. We're gonna consider it done. I think there's still product in there, so it's kind of sad that I didn't get through it. But let's face it, I don't wear makeup every day, so even a mini lasts me. As you guys can see, it's middle of August, 8 months later, because I started my project pan like sometime in mid-January. 8 months later, this thing still has a little bit of product, but I gotta let it go. For brows, my Benefit Gimme Brow, it's still going and I'm still gonna use it. This thing lasts me a long time. I've gone through at least 2 or 3 of these before in my life, so I knew that was gonna be like an all-year thing. And honestly, I put it into the project pan because I felt like I need to have a brow product, and this is the only brow product I've ever used until this year. This year I'm starting to experiment a little bit with brow pencils, and even that is, you know, just gently filling it in here and there, but really this is all I use. Eye primer, Marc Jacobs Undercover. Eye primers last forever. I do have to say, I went to use it today and I got a bunch of oil first, so it's separating, and I shook it up and normal product started coming out again. It's always been a little bit on the oily side, but it's starting to separate, I guess because it's summer and it's warmer, so we'll see. I'm gonna use it until I can't use it anymore. For now, the consistency returned to what it normally has been, so I am not considering it as gone bad yet. If it keeps separating and I cannot bind it together through shaking it up, then I'll know it's time to let it go and move on to something else. But for now, this is staying in the project. For eye powder, my e.l.f., I am so close. I am so close, but I cannot consider this done because there's still product in there. I was hoping that I would be done this time around, but I don't use a lot of powder. And I mean, for under eye, I use so little. I have very dry skin. I have lots of fine fine lines. I just try not to use a lot of powder, so it takes me a long time to go through any sort of powder. For eyeshadow, I don't know if there's really been too much progress, because I want to say last time I already had these 3 used up. I had already pan here. I probably have more, and I of course had already pan even starting this year. Here I probably have a little more because I have been trying to use these 2 shades. I also have used this shade maybe a couple of times. My goal, if you guys remember, has been to use up these 6, and those 2, whatever it is, we're just gonna call it quits. I don't know if I'm gonna use up these 3. Now we're already in mid-August and I haven't even hit pan on this one, but I'm gonna keep plowing through and we'll see where I end this year, and then based on that I'll decide if I feel like it makes sense for me to keep this palette into 2021 or if that's gonna be it and I'm gonna just enjoy my other shadows. We'll see. Okay, what have we not covered? Lips. Charlotte Tilbury Lip Cheat in Pillow Talk. It's just getting smaller and smaller. It's still going though. I still have a bit. I love this liner and it'll be a sad day when it's done, but I decided that I want to use it because it is so expensive, because I do enjoy it so much that I might as well use it up to get my money's worth. I didn't do that great with lip products, I'll be honest. I've been testing other things, more summery colors like what I have on today, which actually was featured in a video I recently filmed. Well, actually I filmed it not so recently, but I'm editing right now, so it'll go up probably before this one, and that is all of my new makeup in my collection except for the eyeshadows, because I've already done a separate video on that, which I can link if you guys are curious to see which eyeshadow palettes were brand new in my collection a couple of months back. I have started using some of them little by little. In fact, one of them is on my eyes today for the first time, and I always write out the makeup that I use in my description box. I don't link anything because a lot of my products are discontinued because I haven't been shopping in a while, or they're older products, they're not new releases, so I kind of assume people are not interested in them. Plus I don't have any sort of ways to do smaller links. I think that there's several companies that you can partner with as a YouTuber and they'll give you your individual specialized links and they're shorter. So if I just include the standard links on like Sephora and Ulta and whatever other beauty stores, I will run out of space in the description box. So I figure if you guys are curious, you can always Google things once you have the name of the product. But both what I'm wearing on my eyes and on my lips, I used for the first time today. Anyway, so I didn't do very well with lip products. I have the Bite Beauty Matte Cream Lip Crayon in Prestige or Prestige. It's almost there. I think I used it once or twice since I showed it to you guys last. It's almost there, but I still just can't seem to bring myself to fully use it up. And it's not a lot of product. I mean, I don't know, what is this, 7 uses or something? Maybe 10. I think it's because it's not really a summer color for me. I've been playing with like more bright colors a little bit on the occasion that I do wear lipstick at home to film, because of course to go anywhere with the masks on and everything, I don't really wear any makeup, to be honest. I know a lot of people are at least doing their eyes and it looks so cool. I can't be bothered. It's too hot and humid with the mask as it is. I feel my temperature rising by the second, so I just go bareface, honestly. I'm hoping in the fall when the weather cools down a little bit, although I'll still have the mask on. I don't know, it's that kind of year. Who knows? You know, if I use it up, I'll be thrilled. If not, oh well, I tried. And then the other one is the Always Red, I think it's called, or something like that, in 01 from Sephora. I love these. These are their cream lip stains. But as I mentioned in my first Project Pan update, I mostly used to wear this on stage. I'm a concert pianist, and right now there are no concerts. So this one I haven't used. Lip gloss. So if you guys remember, I had the Marc Jacobs Sugar lip gloss that went bad on me in my first update, and then I rolled in one of my favorites, the Buxom full-on lip cream in Dolly. And I have been using this a little bit, even just around the house for fun. So I feel like it definitely has gone down. I don't think I marked it, because again, you know,
best YouTuber in the world, and the utmost project panner.
But I want to say I had about half when I started, so you know, I used up maybe a half an inch or so. So that's exciting. And then for setting spray, the Project Beauty Spray Set and Go, as you guys might remember, I'm really only using this to spray my shadows before I apply them, so that there is less fallout and so that they're more foiled looking. It's a little too aggressive to use as a facial spray, so I'm using it this way, and I'm using it, but I didn't expect a lot of progress. All right, for perfume, I think I've used this once since my last update. Maybe not even. This is just too strong of a scent to be wearing around the house. This is the Marc Jacobs Decadence, and again, it's too hot. It's summer. When I do go anywhere, I've been reaching for other scents that are just a little more lighthearted. That one is quite meaty. I need for the weather to cool down to start using it again. At this point, I don't know if I'll fully use it up, because by the time the weather cools off, there'll really only be probably like 3 months left to my project, but we'll see. My body care item, my embarrassing body care item, the Clarisonic Pedi Buff. This is another exciting one to report because I'm out. I tried to use this today in the shower and it was a struggle to squeeze out. This is not one of those products that I think I'm gonna cut. I might cut this and still get a couple of uses out of it, but I definitely was not gonna cut it before this video. I just didn't want to deal with the mess here on camera, not in my shower. It has the scrubbies and the oils, and it's done. It's done, and I'm so excited that it's done, because this is not a product I would have really ever thought to use before this project pan. And I remember putting it in and being really embarrassed by it, but I also knew if I don't have an incentive to use it, I probably won't. And I ended up really enjoying it, or at least the process of taking care of my feet in the shower, because that's a part I neglect. Sadly, I've heard recently that Clarisonic has gone out of business, and by the time I heard about it and I went online to see if I could even get some friend or family member to buy me replacement heads because of my no buy, I was kind of worried I wouldn't be able to do that. They were all sold out anyways. So I do have the Clarisonic Pedi, and I actually have a Mia or a Mia 2, like a face one. I haven't used it in a while, but I was just recently thinking that I actually want to get back to using it after using this one, and now I'm not even, I think I still have one spare brush head, so I would actually like to keep using mine until it dies or something, or until I no longer have a brush head to use. But I was so sad. Like, Clarisonic used to be such a big part of the beauty world and the beauty community, at least here on YouTube. I don't know if the pandemic totally knocked them out or if they were already struggling way before that, but I had no idea that they weren't doing well, and I was really surprised to hear that they've gone out of business. But yeah, my body care item is done. For skincare, I have another finished product, and this is the Acure Seriously Soothing Cleansing Cream. This one is something I cut up because I knew I can wash it after and such. This was the Peony Extract and Chamomile Cleanser, and it was nice, a little soapy, but very nice, no frills, as they even say. They say 100% vegan, 0% pretentious. I liked it. I didn't love it. I'm excited that I have one less cleanser because I do have a few that are in rotation right now, and I just felt like it was too many to be using at one time. So that's why I really wanted to put one in a project pan and kind of finally focus on something and use it up. The last item, oh, that's funny, I don't have the first item and I don't have the last item. I didn't even plan it that way. The last item that I don't have is the Pretty Young Thing argan oil for the hair, which I really disliked. I disliked the smell. I disliked the fact that I don't even think it had much argan oil in there. And if you want to hear more detailed thoughts on that, you can watch my last empties. But yeah, that hair product is finally done. I was almost done with it in my first update. I had just a few uses left, and I did go ahead and finish that up. So that's all the updates. Let's now get into what I am rolling in. For foundation, since I've used up the Revlon Candid, I'm actually rolling in a pair. These are probably some of the oldest foundations I have in my collection. These are the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glows, and I have two shades. I've already gone through one. Oh, so I have used up one foundation before. I earlier told you guys I don't think I've ever used up a foundation. I've used up one of these before. Now I remember. This used to be my favorite foundation for the longest time, and it quite possibly will become so. Again, I haven't used it in a while because I've got a few new ones, including this one, and I really wanted to to try them out, and I really enjoyed this one. But I'm curious now to see how I'm gonna get on with this foundation again. I've gone through 201 before, but I felt at the time, because I think I was using it in the summer, that it was too light. So I went ahead and bought 202. As you can see, it's like really grayish, and it's pretty true to color. I felt like this was too pinky for me, and this is kind of grayish. So what I do now is I mix them, which is why I'm including them together. It's gonna make it a lot harder, of course, for me to use it up because I use less of each one. I don't know if I'll be able to use up this before the end of the year. We're just gonna roll it in and see how I do. For concealer, I'm kind of doing a similar thing, because to replace my 115, I actually have one more of the Fit Me's, and it's also quite old, and it's the one, wait, is this 115 or just 15? This is just 15 fair. This one is 10 light. So when I first bought one of these, I assumed that 10 was going to be lighter than 15 because, well, wouldn't that make sense? But no, in fact, 10 is light, 15 is fair. So this is too dark for me. It's basically my skin tone. So it's too dark for me to use under my eyes, like on my under eyes, because I do like things a little brighter there, but I can spot conceal with this. And I also have this Urban Decay Naked Skin. This has been discontinued. I do love this one. It's been in one of my stashes earlier this year. I probably have almost a full one, and this one I want to say I have about half. I can mix these because this is too light and this is too dark. This, by the way, is in fair. It's really light for me, even for my pasty white skin. I don't think I'm going to use this up this year, but I'm curious to see how much I can use up, because I would like to work through my concealers and eventually try some new ones, because I don't think I have any super faves in my collection, and I haven't really bought a concealer in a while, so I'm not really up with the times, and I would love to try a newer one, but I need to go through my older ones first. That's kind of the point. For powders, since we've finished up this, my very high-end Hourglass powders, we are going to go drugstore this time around and pull out a Physicians Formula powder. I've had this one for a while. It's the Translucent Illuminating Finish. I have to say I used it today, and I'm going to miss my Hourglass because I could right away tell this one is a lot more powdery looking, even though it's an illuminating one and it's supposed to have like little particles of something in there. It's not the same. I have a feeling I'm not gonna love it nearly as much. I don't know if I'll love anything nearly as much as the Hourglass, but it's one of my older ones and I now need a new powder to use. For mascara, I'm rolling in my Milk Kush. It's currently in my Shop My Stash and I've been enjoying it, so I figured I'm gonna roll it into this and actually try to use it up before it goes bad, which is what happened with the Ilia, so I want to avoid that. So I want to first give some love to mascaras that are already opened before I see what else I have that hasn't been opened. And I do have quite a few that I need to test out and go through and see what I like and what I don't. For body care, just like with the Pedi scrub, I picked out an item that I otherwise forget to use, or it's just too cumbersome for me, or I worry that it's too messy, and that is this Skin Fix Resurface Glycolic Renewing Scrub. I got this in a BoxyCharm. I have tried it already a few times. It's one of these products where you have to first apply it to dry skin, scrub it in and let it sit, and I guess work its glycolic magic without running the shower yet. And I am one of those people where I usually get in the shower and I immediately want to go under the water. I don't want to just be standing there. So in that sense, I need to force myself to use it. I really like the effect so far. It leaves my skin super duper amazing smooth. But I know if I don't have incentive, I will not use it nearly as often. We're starting right here. I can see the separation of the product. We have a little bit more than half, and we're gonna see how I do. So this is gonna be my body care. Two more new items. For skincare, I have this Ole Henriksen Nurture Me Soothing Cream.
Cushions skin with nourishing vitamins.
This is in the old packaging. I'm trying to go through all of my Ole Henriksen that I've collected for the past couple of years from TJ Maxx and Marshalls that is in the old packaging before they rebranded a year or two ago. And I know this is just older, so I need to go through it. And I've already started using this, and I'm including it because there are so many moisturizers in my collection that I want to use and try and test out, that I'm trying to resist opening a bunch of moisturizers. I'm trying to really just stick to one, maximum two, and really focus on them. And I'm hoping this project pan is going to motivate me to just keep using this instead of opening another 3 moisturizers. This product is so funny because it brings me back to my childhood. It is this bubblegum pink, and the funniest thing is it smells like bubblegum. And this specific scent reminds me of a bubblegum called Bazooka. Do any of you guys know that or remember that? I don't even know if it's still around. So funny story. Some of you might know, some of you might not. I wasn't born in New York. I was born in Moscow, Russia, which back then was still Soviet Union. And I came to New York City as a child. I was 10 and a half, 11. But before I came, in the last few years of the Soviet Union's existence, during the time we called Perestroika, we started getting these little boutique-y stores in big cities that were specifically, I guess, meant for foreigners, because we started to get a little bit more foreigners coming in to study and work abroad. We started getting these boutiques, and they were the only places that you could use foreign money. In fact, that's all they would take. They would take foreign currency, therefore limiting their clientele. Other than those stores, foreign currency was illegal. So like as a regular Soviet Union citizen, we couldn't walk around with US dollars and be buying things with US dollars. They were much higher valued than the ruble. If you had US dollars, you were super privileged, and oh my God, how did you get a hold of it? So my mom came to New York about a year before we moved to New York to visit a relative. And when she came back to Moscow after her visit, she had a whole bunch of coins from when she was here. So we had a little jar in our Moscow apartment, and she put all of her American coins in there. I didn't know what any of them were at the time. I didn't know what was a dime and what was a nickel and what was a quarter and what were the pennies. I just knew they were these really exciting foreign coins. As a kid, you know, I was like 9. It's so funny. This just brings me back to the way at the time we would have bread shortages and we would have to stand on like 4-hour bread lines. And yet I still remember this crystal jar, this crystal bowl that my mom kept all those foreign coins that she brought back as like a souvenir. So like the juxtaposition of these family heirlooms and the fact that everyone had some sort of crystal and some sort of beautiful china, and yet we couldn't even buy bread. But I digress. Back to the coins. In my neighborhood, we had a little foreign store. They were called biryoskas. For those of you that are Russian, you would remember, which translates in English to a birch tree. So they were like little birches. We had one in my neighborhood, this tiny little store, like in the alcove of a building with a little side door. And I remember me and my neighborhood friends, we would like walk by this store like it was some incredible, mysterious, magical place. And then when I discovered these coins in my mom's stash, I was like, oh, I was so tempted to, and I ended up doing it a few times. I don't know if my mom actually to this day knows, but I ended up stealing, I guess, from my mother a few coins. I would take like 2 or 3 coins, and I didn't know what any of them were, and we would have to ask the people in the store like what we can buy with them. And I would take a few of these coins, and me and like a couple of my friends would go, and of course the only thing we could buy with those coins, I think they cost like 5 cents at the time, were these little rectangular bazooka bubble gums. And they had little cartoons inside. Like the wrapper had a little cartoon in it, and you could collect different ones. Oh my God, it was the most coveted little item. Once every few weeks, because I didn't want my mom to notice that I'm like taking all the coins. So once every few weeks or once a month, I would secretly take another coin, and I think I learned what each one was that way. And I knew like, okay, so she has a bunch of quarters and that's 25 cents. So if I just take one, I can still buy me and my friends like more of these bubble gums. This smells like that bazooka bubblegum. Now, as fun as these memories are, I have to say, putting bubblegum smelling stuff on my face has kind of been the least favorite part of using this. The first few times, it was super fun and I would think back to those memories, but now it's getting a little old because I literally think I slapped on bubblegum all over my face. But this is going to be my skincare item. The last thing is a hair care item, and I decided to bring in this BioSilk Color Therapy Lock and Protect leave-in treatment, just because I've been really bad about using leave-in treatments. I used to do that all the time throughout my late teens and all in my 20s, and for some reason in my 30s I've just, instead of picking up the game when it came to self-care and hair care, I've kind of been slacking. So I'd like to give this a try and see how I like it. It's pretty much full. I've probably used it only once or twice and it's been standing in my cupboard for a really long time. So I decided to start using it and see how that goes. And that, my friends, is it. I am so excited for this project pan because 1, 2 powders, 3 cleanser, 4 mascara. I mean, yes, I'm tossing it because it's already smelling funky, but still 5. And then 1 primer and a hair care item. And this 6, 7, 8 products. 8 products I've used up. That is so cool. I am feeling good. I'm feeling like I got this project pan thing down. No, I don't. But let me enjoy the moment. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me your thoughts. Let me know if you also think I did well or if girls gotta chill. Let me know what you've been using. If you also do project pans and you have a channel, please leave it down below. Let us all know. I would love to go watch it. As always, thank you so much for spending some of your day with me. One more reminder, if you haven't already, please go ahead and subscribe. I'd love to have you. I am going to be filming my first giveaway sometime later this week. I hope you guys will enjoy my first giveaway. That'll probably go up in a week or 2. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. As always, I hope you are continuing to stay safe and take care of yourself and those around you. And I absolutely cannot wait to see you in my next video. Bye. Noises.
After this siren passes by, I will tell you about the other one. Oh boy. Oh, you're coming through my street, huh? Just don't stop, like, right in front. Thank you. Can we still hear it? I can still hear it a little. Can my phone still hear it? Yeah. That was a lot of ums. Why do I do that? Why do I so much? It drives me crazy when I edit. I try to edit a few of them out, I'll be honest. But what is it with me and That's how we're going to record the rest of this video. Subscribe for superior speaking skills.